the creative process behind Adidas Yeezy shoes. And once I saw this, I was like, okay, I feel like I got to watch this. And I watched about the first 10 minutes, and then I'm skipping the 10 minutes because I feel like it's a very, it's just all about him saying that he uses the Bible to get creative. But I wanted not to watch the rest, and I wanted to see it here live because I really want to know what it is this guy does. And I don't know, have some questions. So I want to hear what he has to say about his creative process. Forbes estimates West's pre-tax income at $150 million over the past year, mostly due to the Yeezy empire. What's crazy to me is that I don't see. That's a dope shot. I don't
Tell me a little bit about the
I don't
creative
see
process
Yeezys
where
being
you
this great.
start
I've
with-
seen
start with a
Yeezys.
sketch,
I don't think
start
they're
with a
that
vintage reference.
dope looking.
It can
I
start
don't know
with
what it is about those shoes
a
that people are
previous
like,
shoe
man,
that
these
we
are dope.
created that we're making a newer version on. You know, feelings.
Like
of
to me, they look like shoes you'd find in
films
Marshalls.
and experiences that I grew up with.
I mean,
Akira.
I'll never
Maybe
understand. Look at
Akira,
these.
my
I mean,
mom
I
took
don't.
me to see
There's
Akira
nothing
when I
about them that
was
makes it go, damn, those are dope
young.
shoes.
And
But so I just got to figure out what I'm
color
missing.
palettes and the general mood of the film had always been a big inspiration for.
Yes, I get that, but they're
And
ugly.
Going to auto shows with my dad. You know, the first time I saw a white Lamborghini Countach in real life, and I remember the guy said I
Lamborghini
couldn't even
Countach.
touch the car, and I was obsessed with this car as a child. Or, you know.
Is there any shoe that Countach is, kind of represented in?
There's a little bit of Lamborghini in everything I do.
All right, all right. So
Yeezy is the Lamborghini of shoes.
Yeezy is the Lamborghini of shoes.
You sketch it out, and then what?
We
What
have a
parts to it?
team of incredible designers. We'll take the entire design team to Japan. We'll take the entire design team to Zone and talk about,
Can't tell if that's the
where we
Lamborghini
would like
SUV
to
in the
take
back, if
these
that's the Porsche. They're very
ideas.
similar. I
And,
think that's the Lamborghini SUV.
I mean, it's a painting. It's a spirit. That's in.
It's funny
inside of
people
it
bum
that's
rush this shoe for sure.
now
No, you can see it's it's roped off. It's roped
translated
off
into
everywhere.
these Miniature vehicles.
The Air Jordan line does approximately $3 billion in annual sales. West Yeezy line is expected to do $1.5 billion. That's crazy. It's a dope setup though. If he's the one that laid out this
I'm
is
just
a dope
soaking in
setup.
all the shoes.
I mean, he knew Forbes was
like-
coming, so you had to have obviously set this up. But this was a dope idea. Whoever did this, it's pretty dope.
Look at all these.
Area 51 trial
These
run.
ideas all
Dude, I'll talk about that too. That's
together.
I think that's really funny.
the protos, the versions that you've seen in actuality, and the versions that never quite made it. To be able to see inside of this, there's, this is an infinite amount of words.
It's interesting too because you see a lot of things that say photo
So
sample,
many
which means they only made like one of them.
prototypes that go into what you eventually get.
Yeah.
How many prototypes do you think per shoe you'll cycle through before you get to the one that you actually
It's
want?
hundreds. We work on. Like I said, miniature vehicles. We work on shoes.
Which is interesting
like
too because I
someone
think
work
he
on a car.
takes samples from other clothing and then he kind of
say
puts
we're
his
looking at
label on them
2,000
to see what they look like and
How
then
many
rearranges them.
Do you think are prototypes that'll never be available outside of this circle?
I'm not a numbers guy.
But mostly.
I'm not a numbers guy.
I'm a feeling. It's a inspiration. It's channeling.
Okay.
And I'm not. This isn't. I'm not a numbers guy.
Not a numbers guy.
Tell
That's
me,
the thing. Yeah, that's the thing is everyone.
Yeah.
It's all these like calculations. This right here is. You say you love sneakers, right?
Yeah.
You can't calculate love. Do you love seeing these?
I love seeing them. I'm just curious
What's
how
the
many,
feeling that you get?
I would love to just sit and talk
So
to
when
this
you
cat
get
one
joy,
time.
do
He'd
you
probably
try to
annoy the shit
calculate?
out of me, but I'd love to
like,
do it.
If you get a surprise cake from your grandmother and you didn't know she was in town,
Yeah.
do you start asking her about the batter and specifically the frosting?
Perhaps not, but I'm not writing a story about my grandma, so.
Well, that's what people need to realize about artists
Smart ass reporter comments.
and people who dedicate their life.
He's like, you were about to get some
go
free
the
shoes, dude.
hospital
Guess
and
what? Now
back
you're
to
not.
Bring joy. That they should be loved and treated like how you
But the thing is,
your grandma
with all success,
give
do you
a
have to
cake
become so
because
successful that you
these
can act
things
like this
are
through
made
something else? You know,
to bring
his music and his kind of his way he hit the scene was
joy.
what got him to where he's at now.
So to
You know,
ask me
and then he eventually
to
brought out his love
somehow
for fashion that
translate
came
this
along
to
with it. But like,
numbers
did he have to beat Kanye
is to
West before he
ask
can
your
act like
grandmother
Kanye West? You know what I mean?
exactly what the recipe of the cake was.
West still owns 100% of Yeezys. This is the reason he became a centimillionaire many times over, much earlier in his life than Michael Jordan, for sure. That's all he wants. He wants his own brand. He wants his own company. He wants to have. He wants to be at the top of the food chain.
It's a soul. It's like
Because he wants
that
to make
wasn't
shit and
calculated
nobody
when
tell him
Jordan
no.
switched hands. The fact that people are seeing all of these shoes are inside of every single shoe. It all flows through. Everything flows into
God,
everything.
they're
Now,
ugly.
this is how
I don't
connected
get
we
it.
are as human beings.
I mean, I am not a sneakerhead by any way, shape, or form.
All
those
of them
are
have a spirit.
ugly.
They're all of the family. There's not one bad shoe. Any of these shoes that even didn't make it 20 years from now, you'll look up and that shoe would be, worth to the numbers guys. What's a Picasso sketch worth?
Comparing his
A
shoes
Warhol sketch.
to
Look
Picasso
put yourself
sketch.
in the center. Just walk.
You gotta
right
have
here. Give me
balls,
step
man,
on
to be able to
something.
say some
Come
shit
to
like
the
that.
middle.
I'm just gonna step on these.
Don't
Don't
worry
worry.
about stepping on them. I know the maker.
How do you feel?
He sees the imperfections. He sees everything wrong with him.
Still. Patient. And blessed.
Are any of them talking to you right now?
I forgot. I looked up one
Yeah,
day what
they're-
that
they're
number
all
went. The
lost,
SPLY 350 or whatever it is. But I forgot what it was.
I really love. I mean, I love them all.
That's a dope shot, though. That is sick. Whoever came up with that, that's very, very. That's sick. That is a sick shot.